Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our regular public council meeting for Monday, May 25th, 2026, here at the town of Torbay. First order of business is we need a motion to appoint acting town clerk. Councilor Pollard.
In the absence of the town clerk, that accounts receivable and procurement administrator Holly Walters be appointed the acting town clerk for Monday, May 25th, 2026 public council meeting. So moved.
Second.
Moved in, seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Everything is new business.
You adopt the agenda?
What? No, not yet. Councilor Manning?
All right.
Pass.
Councilor Pollard?
Pass.
Councilor Whitten?
Pass.
Councilor Goss?
Pass.
Councilor Martin?
Pass.
Passes. Deputy Mayor?
Please, condolences.
And I got a thanks. All right, is there anybody here who want to get on to the first Q&A session? Robbie, Hicks? Anyone else? No? Okay. Could I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried, thank you. First on the list, we have a regular public council minutes for May 11th. Could I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried, thank you. Conflict of interest, we don't have no little sheet. As is usual, if an item comes up during your course of the meeting, declare a conflict. Before I move on to proclamations, I just wanted to recognize Mayor Bartlett and Councillor Will from Portrait Coast St. Phillips. Thanks for coming down, checking out our meeting. All righty. Proclamation, Early Childhood Educator Week. Councillor Goss.
Early Childhood Educator Week 2026. Whereas early childhood educators play a vital role in the healthy development, learning, and well-being of young children in the town of Torbay and beyond. And whereas high-quality early learning and child care supports families, strengthens communities, and contributes to long-term social and economic prosperity. And whereas early childhood educators demonstrate professionalism, compassion, and dedication in fostering safe, inclusive, and nurturing environments for children during their most formative years. And whereas Early Childhood Educator Week provides an opportunity to recognize and celebrate the invaluable contributions of those working in the field of early childhood education.
Now therefore, I, Mayor Craig Scott, on behalf of the Council of the Town of Torbay, do hereby proclaim the week of May 24th to the 30th, 2026, as the Early Childhood Educator Week in the Town of Torbay, and do hereby encourage all residents to recognize and celebrate the dedication, care, and lasting impact of early childhood educators in our community. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Second one. Next we have Recreation Month proclamation. Councilor Martin.
Whereas recreation and parks are essential to the health, wellness, and quality of life, individuals, families, and communities. And whereas recreation opportunities contribute to physical, social, emotional, and mental well-being while fostering inclusion, volunteerism, leadership, and community spirit. And whereas the town of Torbay recognizes the important role that recreation staff, volunteers, community organizations, and local partners play in providing accessible and meaningful recreation programs, services, and spaces for all residents and of all ages and abilities. And whereas Recreation Month encourages all residents to participate in recreational activities, enjoy parks, trails, open spaces, and community facilities, and celebrate the benefit of active living. And whereas participation in recreation strengthens community connections and helps create a vibrant, healthy, and welcoming town.
Now therefore, I, Mayor Craig Scott, on behalf of the Council of the Town of Torbay, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2026 as Recreation Month in the Town of Torbay and encourage all residents to take part in recreational activities and community events throughout the month. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. And we have one more for Red Shirt Day. Deputy Mayor.
Proclamation Red Shirt Day. Town of Torbay, whereas Red Shirt Day is a national day of awareness and action to celebrate the abilities and contributions of Canadians living with disabilities and to promote accessibility and inclusion in our communities. And whereas Red Shirt Day was inspired by the Easter Seals Access to Entertainment program and has grown into a movement encouraging Canadians to wear red in support of persons living with disabilities and to advocate for a barrier-free and accessible society. And whereas the town of Torbay recognized the importance of fostering an inclusive community where all residents are treated with dignity, respect, and equal opportunity. And whereas Red Shirt Day serves as an opportunity to raise awareness about accessibility issues and to reaffirm our commitment to creating a welcoming and inclusive environment for everyone.
Now therefore, I, Craig Scott, Mayor of the Town of Torbay, do hereby proclaim June 3rd, 2026 as Red Shirt Day in the Town of Torbay and encourage all residents to wear red and support accessibility and inclusion for all Canadians. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Alrighty. No presentations. Q&A. Robbie?
I received an invitation from Kim Osmond to come to tonight's council meeting for a presentation of a check from the town of Torbay to the East Coast Trail Association for the Trailraiser. But I don't see it listed on the presentations on the agenda tonight.
So it was scheduled. I'm not really sure where Kim is obviously not here tonight, but Robbie, your check is ready. I'm not really sure where the mix-up was too, but you're correct. It was originally scheduled for tonight.
So,
Can we get her check? Do you have it?
I would think it's probably in Kim's office. We can have a look for you
Okay.
before the end of the night.
Don't worry, you're gonna get it.
yeah, well, it's too bad. It would have been
Yeah.
nice for and the event it's on the 6th, so it will happen before the next council meeting, unfortunately. Yeah,
Or Sandy's gonna go.
Sandy's going to check. Yeah.
okay. All right, thank you.
And if worst comes to worst, we'll give it to you towards the end of the meeting. No worries.
Okay.
All right. Mayor's report. I just got the birthdays for the month of May. We neglected to do them earlier in the month. And I just want to wish happy birthday to Doug Powell in Planning and Land Use Development, Alex Maynard, Recreation Community Services, Gillian Clark, Recreation Community Services, and Paul Maloney in Infrastructure and Public Works. Hope you have a happy birthday and a lot of fun with your family. All right. Moving on. Business Arising report. Any questions on that?
George, well, I just wanted to speak to the whole water issue again in terms of, we haven't spoken about it for a while, and it's been a number of weeks since we've met with the federal government. We still have that $9 million gap, and that's not necessarily want to talk about, but I certainly want to make sure everyone still realizes that's where we are. We committed to starting the project with the owner's consultant process, and that's in process now. If not close to selection time, it will be soon. I have questions, and I suppose Sandy should be here for this as well, but we'll have it on record anyway. Wondering about the timeline related to the consultant process and the potential cancelability and what we're on the hook for should we, for some reason, not come up with the funding side of things and have to back out of the project somewhere along the way. Just wondering what we're on the hook for the consultant's perspective, and to make sure that we are not on the hook or we can get off easier than we might anticipate. Because we sort of know we're going into it without the full funding criteria laid out, and we have to start, if not, we're going to lose the federal funding side of things. So that's the one thing. I guess the other thing too is we have not yet seen any type of rollout plan. We discussed this at finance meeting as well, so some of this is at least the Rhonda will know and Dave will know we spoke about it, and for the rest of the council, I'll let them know what we spoke about as well. And that's the need for the rollout plan, the identification, I guess, of priority areas that will have the most impact once we do roll it out, so we can get the best bang for our buck. Any plans for simultaneous critical paths? I mean, if we're going to start construction on the plant, then we should also consider laying pipes in the ground at the same time, so that we have the shortest path possible to recognize when the project is up and running. And I guess the last contact with the minister, we haven't had any formal contact with Joanne in a long time, or a couple of months for sure, that I know of. I don't know if yourself have been.
She contacted us last week or a week before to give us an update on the testing and the treatment situation out in Pine Ridge, but we haven't had an opportunity to bring that to council yet to talk about it, just give an update, but they're moving forward with some treatment options out there.
Right, that's the treatment option, nothing to do with the
That got nothing to do with the
project
water, no.
itself. And the other one too, I guess, really, and the most important part from our perspective really, is the projected cash flows that we anticipate from the project. I haven't seen anything or any talk about us getting together to try to put that together, because it is gonna have some impact on, or we need to know what impact it's gonna have on residential and other taxation as well. Whether, how it's going to impact the mill rate and how it's going to impact water and sewer services. Even if it's a 100% funded project, we still need to know that information, and I think the residents need to know that as well. So I just want to throw that out there, because we've been pretty silent on that issue over the past number of council meetings, and we're always moving in these 2-week chunks, as I say, and it seems like there's, not that there's nothing being done, I don't mean that way, I mean it just seems that time passes really fast, and then we talk about it, and then we don't talk about it again for another 2 weeks. So we can certainly, once we get the owner's advisor up, if we can have an immediate meeting with them so that we can discuss plans or what their understanding of it is, and that whole rollout and what it looks like, and how fast we can get the information we need, even from a land ownership perspective as well. So.
Yeah, I think David got some.
Yeah, if I could just comment on the financing piece of it. I have reached out to several of the lending institutions to arrange presentations to all of council, or to some of council, the committee especially, but it will open it to all of council, to look at the various types of lending instruments and strategies that we have with the intentions of minimizing costs and reducing the impact to taxpayers and residents in the town. Those meetings are being scheduled right now. Hope to have them in your calendars in the next week or two. But my intention is to have the lending institutions present directly to everybody, so that questions can be asked and we can all get comfort around what types of lending opportunities there are, the costs associated with them, and all those sorts of things as well. So you will see something from me over the next week or two to find a time in everyone's calendar to start reviewing some of those.
Yeah, thanks, David, and that's great that we have the openness and the ability to talk to the banks and the financial institutions to find out where and what the potential cost of the dollar is going to be. I think, and you acknowledge as well that we still need to have the internal information around it too, in terms of what the impact is going to be, what our cash flows would look like, and our rollout plan and things of that nature to go along with the financing, because it's going to all tie in at one point.
Right.
Thank you, Worship.
And I think that, to your point, once the RFP comes back now for the owner's advisor, we'll have probably a better idea around our handle around the dollar values that we're looking at. And then we can meet with them and go over those options, I guess, for how we go forward with the project plan in terms of what gets done at the same time, or what gets done first. All right. So Holly made note of all that, and David did too, I'm sure. Sandy, if he had anything to add, he can add it, he can send an email to council. All right. Where am I here? Oh yes, we have a correspondence from municipalities of Newfoundland and Labrador, an info note about new funding opportunities. We're always happy to hear about that. So we'll forward that on to Corporate Services. All right. Committees of Council, Planning, Land Use and Development. Where am I to? Deputy Mayor.
Alrighty, we have a, thank you, Mayor Pop. We have a motion here from 7 Darrell Pye Drive. It's a residential medium-density land use zone motion. The town is in receipt of revised engineering drawings for the proposed 14-unit residential row dwelling apartment building development at 7 Darrell Pye Drive. There is an act of approval in principle in effect. The development is close to having a footing permit issued, and the approval in principle is expiring May 21st, 2026. The applicant has requested an extension to the AIP and approval of their engineering plans. The background report is provided. Recommendation: the committee discussed the request for the extension to the expiry date of the approval in principle letter and had no issue with the requested extension, as the file has a long history of delays beyond anyone's control. The committee also considered the proposed engineering drawing package and discussed it in detail. The committee noted that the file was originally approved by council in 2021. The committee acknowledged that engineering requirements change over the course of time, that they would have evolved since the issuance of this approval in principle letter. The committee also noted that the design engineer is prepared to sign off on the drawings and that the drawings meet the stormwater management condition in the approval in principle letter. Based on the design engineer's sign-off and the compliance with the approval in principle condition, the committee is recommending approval of the drawings. Therefore, the following motion is tabled. Motion to extend approval in principle C 2021-025 at 7 Darrell Pye Drive to July 21st, 2026, and to approve associated engineering drawing titled 7 Darrell Pye Drive Residential Development, project number 252045.00, revision F, dated 14/05/26, subject to drawings being stamped and signed off by the design engineer prior to a footing permit being issued. All other conditions of the original approval remain in effect, and the development is subject to meeting municipal Plan Policy 3.1.3, Section 12, Condition 19 of the RMD Land Use Table Zone, and Conditions 1 and 13 of the Approval in Principle Letter. This approval is being granted in accordance with Regulation 10 of Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Other than the fact that, yes, we're looking forward to having some additional housing in Torbay finally.
Yes, for
Sure.
sure.
Not finally, but at a larger scale, so we think.
Excellent. And I think I'll just say thank you to the committee and the staff for, and the developer for all the hard work that they put into this, and it's nice to see it moving forward. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
And, I'm good?
Yeah.
Attached are the Torbay 2026 permit listings for the weeks ending May 22, 2026. Therefore, the following motion is tabled. Motion to accept the Torbay 2026 permit listings for the weeks ending May 22nd, 2026 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
And my report has ended. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions on any of the rest of that report? Anyone? No? Okay. Thank you. Admin and HR. Counselor, where am I to? Counselor Goss.
We met on Wednesday, May 20th. Myself, excuse me, Counselor Whitten, and Chief Human Resources Officer and Chief Administrative Officer.
Counselor Goss, can you pull your mic over a little bit, just in case?
So far away. I am involved. Most of what was discussed was recruitment and selection. The museum interpreter's position for 2026 summer student position. There was a short list of candidates has been created, and interviews will be scheduled accordingly. The 2026 summer day camp and sports camp. We are in the process of preparing the employment offer packages for the successful applicants. There are 20 positions. Full listing of the successful candidates will be provided. seasonal infrastructure and recreation worker 2. This job posting has been closed, and we are reviewing the expressions of interest received and determining the eligible candidate based on the terms and conditions of the collective agreement. The seasonal heavy equipment operator 2026 summer position, we are pleased to announce that Justin Hickey has accepted this position within the Infrastructure and Public Works Department as heavy equipment operator, which was effective May 11th. And he will report directly to Brian Winter, our Director of Infrastructure and Public Works. Municipal Taxation Administrator contract position. We're in the process of reviewing the applications to determine a short listing of candidates for further consideration. We will update once that's moved further along. In other items, we have a revised Municipal Councilor Code of Conduct. Town of Torbay has recently made amendments and revisions to the Municipal Councilor Code of Conduct to ensure it remains relevant, effective, and responsive to evolving legislative requirements, governance standards, best practices, and the operational realities of municipal governance. Therefore, we put forth a motion. It is resolved that the Town of Torbay adopt the revised Municipal Councilor Code of Conduct as presented, effective May 25th, 2026. So moved.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
I'd put in a request, please, that this revised edition would be deferred. I had no idea this was happening. I guess in my 3 months vacation, I missed the whole, everything that transpired. But I do have a lot of things that I would like to talk to Mr. Hounsel and discuss that could possibly go in and I guess in a sense protect, because I think the old system, I would just like to talk to Mr. Hounsel about it and things that I would think could protect our council better going forward. So I would ask, please, could we defer that till I can sit down with Mr. Hounsel?
Okay, do we have a second to defer?
Second.
Seconded. Any discussion around that?
Yeah, prior to the meeting, I had spoken to Councillor Goss and Councillor Martin and gave the heads up that I was going to ask to defer this as well. I think it gives a chance, number one, that it's a document that we all need to review based on, I guess, the circumstances that we find ourselves in, and the fact that we did talk about how we're going to move through processes again should something happen. I think we just should better do that around the committee of the whole table, and it gives a chance to reset and move forward so that everybody understands where we are and all on the same page. So I just think it's best that we defer and discuss it.
Okay. Any other comment?
Just to Councilor Collins' point, we did have a chance to review. It was sent out by ICO. It was great, but it would be nice to sit down with the 7 of us and talk about it.
Okay. Any other comment?
Great. I agree.
All right, so all in favor of deferral? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, so we'll defer that.
And that concludes my report.
There you go. All righty. Where am I here? Corporate Services. Councilor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. We met on the 21st. The first parts of the report are pretty standard references to the payroll and the accounts payable and the check register. I'm not going to read those out. They're there for anybody. There's nothing that stands out as anything out of the ordinary normally. The invoice is over $5,000 for approval. The GFL Environmental for the monthly garbage and recycling in the amount of $66,581.33, and Receiver General of Canada payroll deduction May 1st to the 15th, $44,907.36, all totaling $111,488.69. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Next up is a motion to finance our generator, which we waited a number of years for. So it's great to be able to see that it's pretty much installed now, I think. But we got to finance it and pay for it anyway. So we went out and got bids from 3 banks. So the committee recommends awarding the financing of Torbay Common Generator Backup Project 17 MYCW 22-000662, the Newfoundland Labrador Credit Union Bank for a 3-year term and 10-year amortization at the rate of 3.94% with a monthly payment of $1,619.35. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
The year-to-date budget is there for anybody who wishes to run down through it and ask any questions. We did do a fairly good job at that at our corporate services meeting. We went through the majority of variances and walked through the explanations of that, and David has that pretty well in hand. Next is a request for a donation. Committee recommends a donation of $200 to Newfoundland Labrador Basketball Association. So moved.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Yeah, I cut that short because the preamble didn't lead into the motion itself. So there are 2 members of the Newfoundland Labrador from Torbay on this Newfoundland Labrador Basketball Association, and they are traveling to the national championships in August 2nd to the 8th in Regina, Saskatchewan. Just so you know.
I apologize.
I couldn't formulate a
I apologize. There were late submissions, and I wanted to get them in before we switched to the summer schedule. So I apologize to Tony.
No worries. All right, did we vote on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Other than that, there's no more motions, just reference to the annual audit, which is in process, and the working papers have been submitted. We're just waiting on Jack Byrne Arena. Hopefully they'll be out soon as well, so we can tie everything up. And the municipal affairs and community services were here for a town inspection and audit as well, something they've been doing every 3 years, so we'll wait for the report on that as well, but I suspect that we'll be well aboard on that one as well.
Okay.
So that's my report, Your Worship.
All right, sounds good, thank you. Any questions on on that report? Nope. All righty. Economic Development, Tourism, History, and Culture, there's no reports, no background. Councilor Goss, did you have anything that you wanted to add, or?
Not at this time.
Okay. Next, Emergency Services and Fire Department. Deputy Mayor.
So we had a very short meeting. There was sort of a mix-up, and we only had myself and the chief there. But then later that evening, Councillor Martin joined us, and because we're meeting on Wednesday, but we thought that this would be very important to get off the ground tonight to get the okay on it. So the discussion was regarding the recent grant we have received from the provincial government under the Community Wildfire Prevention and Mitigation Grant. This grant proposal includes the need for a town assessment for both Torbay and Flatrock to identify high-risk areas in the towns. These are the riskiest places for wildfires, and to look at mitigation plans for making our towns more resilient to wildfires and help better prepare for any future possible wildfires. So the next step in this plan is to move ahead with a request for proposal for bids to conduct a town assessment. This will outline the objectives, the scope of the work, and the deliverables from the qualified company to produce. So the motion that the town of Torbay proceed ahead with issuing the RFP for the Community Wildfire Risk Assessment and Resiliency Plan. So moved.
Second.
Excuse me. Moved and seconded. Comments?
Question. It says here regarding the recent grant received. So we actually received money from the province for this? I don't.
Yes, we did.
How much did we get, do you know?
I believe, don't quote me, I believe it was 20,000.
Is that a cost share thing or just outright grant?
That's an outright grant.
So we're going for request for proposals to spend that $20,000, right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
I just wonder if I'm in conflict because
Did you
Just
want,
want to bring it up, I just want to put it up.
did you want to ask, or did you want to?
Just like ask council if I'm in conflict, because I don't want to go forward knowing that we'll have ties to the fire departments.
I move Councillor Witten not in conflict for the motion regarding the RFP for Community Wildfire Risk Assessment and Resilience Plan. So moved.
Same. Second.
Moved and seconded. Comment? It's
Yeah.
just, we've already been granted the money. This is just looking at
Going ahead with it.
For assessment, so I think we're good. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. You can't vote on it.
Not usually, but. We're voting in
Now,
conflict.
now we'll go back to the motion.
Yeah.
Any other comment? Any other comments on the motion? All right,
No comments on the motion.
all in favor? Aye.
You might.
Can't hear, I'm here.
Oh,
Jennifer's mic is not on and
that's all right.
Sam's.
It's not on.
Rhonda's not on.
You gotta push down on it,
Yeah, it just keeps popping up green.
No, push down on this piece.
Like the last part of this, I never heard any, but I'm hearing from behind you as well.
No, it's getting.
I did push it down.
Too many mics on.
Oh, now it works. Now it works.
So, do you want
All
us
right.
to, we start again?
Restart over.
No, anyway, so there was no comments being made other than the fact that Council Witten asked if she was in conflict because her husband is in the fire department. Council took a vote on it, decided that she's not, so.
Perfect.
If I could just add as well, the grant was for $28,000.
Okay,
Thank you.
Even better.
Oh, sure, now you come.
So we voted on that, right? Okay. Thank you. Anything else, Deputy Mayor?
Nope, that's it. Our next meeting is Wednesday night?
All right, thank you very much. Excuse me, everybody, I feel like I'm coming down with something, so stay away from me. Next on the list is Infrastructure and Public Works. We don't have a report, but do you have anything?
Yeah,
Council Manning?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have our meeting this week, but some updates. North Pan Water Treatment Plant project. This is moving along and is currently in the design stages. Construction is scheduled to start in July. Great Pan Water Treatment Plant project. The RFP for the owner's consultant tender is closing on May the 27th, so this week. 2025 to 26 road projects on Whitten's Lane, Whitty's Lane, Garden Road, Ocean View Hill, and Piperstock Place is going with a midsummer completion date. Common generator project, as you discussed, the generator is in place and they are completing the wiring portion of the project now. 2022-2024 stormwater mitigation project. Tender has closed and waiting on a recommendation to award the tender. 2024-2026 stormwater mitigation project. The consultant for the project has been selected and a kickoff meeting is being scheduled. Tyndale Pump House retrofit project, consultant is working on the design. So those are the updates there right now. Need to put out a big reminder right now. Spring bulk garbage drop off starts on Thursday. I would suggest my family's probably going to be the first ones lined up several times. So it starts on Thursday, May the 28th, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Friday, May the 29th, 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And Saturday, May the 30th, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. There'll be advertising going out, if it hasn't already now, for the bulk garbage drop off and show where to drop different materials and that off. And that's what I have there now. If there are any questions, feel free.
I just have one.
Yep.
A resident asked me if there was a request to pick up Does it every load, you have to pay for every load, or does everything cover the one cost?
That's a good question. I'm going to let Brian
That's a
go.
great question.
No, it's just one cost, $125 cost.
Sorry, how much?
Just a $125
$25
cost, yeah,
cost,
just
okay.
nominal fee for it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
And that ends my report.
I have one question in terms of the contractors doing the work. I noticed on Garden Road, they seem pretty close to the water. Do we hold them to the buffers and everything else for water bodies when they're doing their work? I know they had to get permits and that when they're doing the culverts and things of that nature, I guess, but when they encroach on the
Yep.
waters.
So they're all within all permits are in place for all that. The Garden Road itself is probably entirely within the conservation zone of Withrow Pond. So anytime anything's moving there.
Thanks, Brian.
Any other questions? I got one. So if someone doesn't have access to, or they don't use email, can they call in to make an appointment to get their
Yes.
stuff picked up?
Yeah,
Okay,
yep.
all right, thank you. All righty, thank you. Recreation and Community Services. Councilor Martin.
No motion or report, but just a quick little update. There's still some spots in most weeks of summer camp and sports camp. All summer programs and events are now open for registration. So Time and Torbay and all those awesome events. The softball field is going to be opened up this week, and staff are working on the soccer field in hopes it can be open by June 15th. And the birthday party rental is now live. Very easy to use. I went in and booked a birthday party for my own fella. Took no time. It was fantastic.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now, any questions? All right, moving on to liaison committees. So Atlantic Bears Congress, the meeting was supposed to be in June. It's being rescheduled to later in the fall. Intergovernmental Affairs, there's nothing to update. Jack Byrne.
Nothing further to report on that, Your Worship, other than the fact that we're still working with the lawyers. We should have a meeting this week on their response to CRA.
Okay. Northeast Avalon Joint Council, did I go to the meeting? Yes. So we met last week, I think, or the week before, in Mount Pearl, and it was actually pretty short meeting. Once I get the report that gets sent to me, I'll forward it on, get clerk to add to the council package. The annual barbecue is coming up June 18th, I think, or somewhere around there. I sent an email out to council. I'm going to go, and I think the deputy mayor is going to attend. So there's one other member of council if they'd like to attend. Make sure you let us know so we can send them in the numbers. Where am I to? Oh, Roland Flank Assembly. Any updates here?
Yeah, I actually spoke with the RNC last week, so we speak regularly. They just give us updates periodically. I don't know if you all noticed, but they did have quite a presence here last week with for want of a better term, a speed trap in the school zone here, and they did ticket a number of vehicles, so it was good to see that presence here. And the RNC has also now started to sit in on our regional manager or our town manager meetings on a regular basis. So they'll come in and sit down with us. We meet on a regular basis, all of the town managers in the Killie Coast. So the RNC will be meeting on a regular basis with us there as well for updates. So other than that, that's it.
All right. Torbay Volunteer Fire Department. That, I think our agenda needs to get updated. We're in-
Just a little,
to remove-
something's gone wrong in the
to remove those couple
committee.
things.
That can come out.
Yeah, Urban Municipalities Committee, there's no update. The next meeting of that committee will be in August in Bay Roberts. All right, notice of motion, we have none. New business, Deputy Mayor.
Yes, I just, thank you so much. Like to offer Condolences to the Weber Connors family. Muriel passed away recently, and both her and Bob were heavily involved in the Torbay Fire Department. Bob as a volunteer fireman, and Muriel on the ladies' auxiliary of that. So just to offer deepest condolences for the Weber Connors family. Thank you.
Thanks. I echo that, and Muriel was a very long member of the auxiliary and did a lot of work volunteering in the community, and you know, it's sad, the circumstances around that, and you know, my heart goes out to Bob and the family, and you know, it was sad. So I'm sure that she's going to be very well missed within the fire department community in particular, and around town in general. Also like to do my regular thanks to staff and council for the work that you've put in over the last couple of weeks. It's busy around here lately, and I know everybody's been flat out, so thank you for that. And you know, this is, I guess, our last meeting before we move into summer schedule now. So hopefully over the course of the summer, we can try and find time to get a little break every now and then. I know it's difficult, but that is the whole point of it. All right, so where am I? Yes. I got a check for East Coast Trail Association for $1,000. We don't have a great big check all done up, but I'll jump up with you, Robbie, and we'll do a little presentation of this one. Yes. Excellent.
Something for the town of Torbay as well. So this is from last year's fundraiser when we came in first. And what we would like to present it, I understand that there's going to be a display set up at the common for awards and trophies and things. So if I could pass this on to Jen, and you can add it to the one you already have, and they can go on display.
Excellent. And I know you're doing a great job this year.
Yes, that's cool. Nice smile, guys.
Thank you very much. I'll trade you.
Okay.
Good trade.
Thank you.
All righty. Where am I here? Q&A. Anybody for the second Q&A session? Mary and Madeline. Mary? Good.
I'd just like to mention, I was glad to hear about moving ahead with some of the discussions around the $9 million. But I guess I'm very concerned about not having received any of this funding to date from various and going to the various financial institutions, which basically means that the town will be taking on that $9 million. And we all know, as in past discussions, that could possibly be 14 or 15 million. Residents really need to know what the financial impact is going to be, and to hear that you're still moving on with the plans for the infrastructure and what have you, it's really concerning, because with the new schedule that's taking place for the summer for meetings, we always looked at the debt ratio of 20% being serious. And the past council looked at, if we went with 9 million, that it would put the debt ratio at 29 point something, which basically eliminates any further borrowing that the town would have to make. And I look at that from an infrastructure with going along with the water and sewer, going along the Maid Road, which is basically 40-something years old. And it will basically eliminate any decisions going forward from a financial perspective. So I ask once again, before anything is decided on this, if the town can look at the impact with the mill rate. And we also used to say the mill rate, any new water would be paid for increase in taxes for people currently on water. And if that's the case, residents would not be able to live in Torbay with the current people that are on water if that's going to be absorbed. So that's decisions when I said about the financial impact when I was here on council. That needs to be decided, in my opinion, and many residents that I'm talking with, before anything is decided on that $9 million. And that's a comment, and I want to know, and I guess what I'm asking for the residents to be advised of the impact that it's going to have to them, either on water. What is it going to be? What way are the residents going to be charged for this? Everybody, or just people on water and sewer? And the other one question that I have in relation to this, has Great Pond been put in protection status with, not municipal affairs, but I guess it's water, land and resources? Has that all gone through and is now reflected as protected watershed area?
That process is ongoing with the department, right?
So we have not got the official notification that is in protection and that has been done?
Yeah, that's correct. I reached out to them probably a couple of weeks ago now, so they're expecting the feedback from all the respective agencies within the provincial government, and they were saying that they're anticipating an answer very shortly.
Because until that's done, it's my understanding that nothing can really happen with that file anyway. Thank you.
No, hang on, no. Carry on. Who's next? Madeline? Oh, Ralph?
I got a question, and to get it right, just read it off paper. As a former mayor and councillor who spent a total of 16 years in this chamber, I have to voice my concern over a long, outstanding, complicated issue, the Ballyne Line Quarry appeal, which I now understand may come before the courts in the coming months. This issue has been ongoing, dating back to Mayor Cyril Powers, Bob Codners, Ralph Tappers, and now includes our current mayor, who's been in for his third term. So that's a very, very long time span. We now have a new council with several new councillors, unfortunately tasked to deal with this massive issue. Therefore, I feel it very important and incumbent on me that I have to ask, has this council and our directors been fully briefed on this case, including the major financial negative ramifications these court procedures may have on our town's future, and if not, when?
Yeah, thank you, Ralph. That process is now in the hands of our lawyers. Mm-hmm. We haven't heard anything in the last number of months. I know there were some discoveries that were done, but we're still waiting to hear back from the lawyers on that. So it's still an active legal case, and we're not sure where that's going to go.
So are we going to be ready? Are these people going to be ready and informed? That's my concern.
Well, as soon as we have information, that'll be passed on, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anyone else?
Noticed in the minutes that Torbay is hosting the meeting of the SAM meeting later this week, and actually put my name in it to attend some parts of it. But it brought to mind, of course, all the work that my group did for many years on the wetlands in Torbay, and the fact that next year is the 30th anniversary of signing the Wetland Stewardship Agreement. So I'm hoping, and I asked the town if you will consider having a little bit of extra celebration of our wetlands next year. and perhaps have a few events like we used to have for the wetlands, like open house focused on wildlife and wetlands and so on. I think it's a great opportunity to feature our wetlands, and I don't think we do enough of that. With the town, we don't do a lot of community awareness in general about our wetlands and the importance, or even promote them. Perhaps have walks to them and things like that. So I think next year would be a great opportunity to do a little bit of extra to put on our wetlands.
I know that last year, our green team did a lot of work around wetlands. Like they identified 40-some odd wetlands that we have in town, I think, and they did a big report on it and a presentation for council. And green team is back again this year. And what is their work going to entitle this year, Julian?
So this year it's called Water Habitats of Torbay. So they're going to have a social media campaign related around any water habitats. So that'd be the wetlands, riparian buffers, so to say, like along freshwater bodies, the beach, and then the actual marine habitat, and then general issues on water conservation and so forth. And we're hoping it's starting to be in the works, and next year would be an awesome opportunity to celebrate that, is to add 3 wetlands to the agreement. So we're working on that, but that's not finalized. So that's, but that would be a good opportunity to formalize that process next year.
Well, there's a lot of things that could be done, but I think Torbay's come a long way with its wetlands since 1997. And all of the work that we did through the Environment Committee has all been submitted to the museum. So there's possibilities there. Donna had mentioned perhaps an exhibit or of the work we used to do. And so there's lots that could be done, I think, to really highlight the importance of the wetlands.
Madeline, if I could ask just a question. Right here. I just took a note of it for council for budget for next year, but if you could send me maybe just some ideas of what you think, some of the types of things we could do, I'll certainly put them on their agenda for our budget discussions and bring them forward to council.
Well, for example, we used to do a lot of awareness and fun training field trips with the kids from the schools and so on, and perhaps that could be a focus of some of your summer student summer activities, things like that. And we used to have a booth at the festival and for the wetlands, say raise money for the wetlands and so on. So there's lots of possibilities.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Alrighty, so our next public council meeting is scheduled to take place Monday, June 15th, 5 p.m. here in the Chambers, Town of Torbay. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please. Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye, opposed, carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the Well, I hadn't received the one. Yeah, thank you so much. She's back to doing walking. She's concerned too, so just maybe and because she has time at the end of
Yeah.
We had lots of snow. Good things.
You need somebody who can stand up there. Really do. It doesn't happen.
And Lake kept that too.
One day at a time. Good.
anytime. Anyway, just get on, get some food. All right, thanks guys for coming out. Nice to see you. Anything we can do?
Yes, you know where you are. Well, thank you.
You know what? The agenda is every time the video is